Skyzone.Society.
Yo, what's going on, my good people out there? If you tapped in, you know what you tapped into, but if you don't, you know what I mean? It's the Zone Sports Podcast. On one half for the host, your boy Big V. If you tune in on the YouTube, you can see my guy. If you're not, you hear him on the SoundCloud. What's going on, my G?
Yo. What's up? It's your boy Corey, never telling the same old story, aka Cool C, aka C-double-O. What the hell? AKA, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Oh my goodness.
I had to get that one off.
Listen, man. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. You know what I mean?
Word.
Let me let you know who we sponsored by. If you don't know, we sponsored by my brand, Skyzone.Society. Make sure you shopping at Skyzone.Society.bigcartel.com for all your jackets, your hats, your tees, your candles, and all that. You know what I mean? Yo, we here though. Let's get into some sports talk. Look at my guy.
Yeah, baby.
I ain't even gotta ask you how your week been. I can tell by your attire. You dipped in all 49ers gear for the win y'all accomplished this weekend. I see you, my G. Look at him.
It was just cold in here. I just wanted to get some heat. It's the only thing I can find. It's just something I just threw on. No big deal. You know, the throwback starter joints. You know what I'm saying?
It's the starter joint. I seen him in the starter joint.
The starter joint. I got this right at the 49ers team store when we went out to our game back in 2014. And man, I'm telling you, I'm an idiot because I think I probably spent and this ain't no humble brag because it ain't a lot of money, but it's enough. I spent my damn near $600-700 in that damn store, Big V.
That's a lot of bread. In the team store. That's a lot of bread.
It's a lot. Well, it was a deal. Like, can you get most of this stuff online? Yeah, you can. Yeah, of course you can. It was a deal about the experience of going to that game. And it's been a long bucket list item for me to do that. And I just don't know when I'm going to be able to go back again. So me and my wife looked at each other and we had that credit card. And next thing you know, one swipe led to another swipe. And it was like, Mr. Smith, here's your total. And I said, good googly boogly. Look, I would have bought more, but you can't take but so much on the plane.
That's true. I ain't nothing wrong with it, man. I do the same thing when I go to certain places. Yeah. Like when I go to Tennessee, man, I stock up on moonshine. Right. You know what I mean? I'm coming back with moonshine. I'm gonna spend $100 on moonshine. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just am. I already know, and it's something that it's already in the budget. It's already talked about. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Man, I'm a blow a bag when I get to the 49ers outlet, man. You already know I am. It's nothing. It ain't even no question. It's what it is. It's expected.
It's one of those deals where you look down the line, you're not going to be mad that you did it.
Absolutely.
Just like with you and the moonshine. Like, I'm quite sure you never came back from Tennessee and be like, I can't believe I done spent all that money on some moonshine. It ain't like it's down the street.
No, never. Every glass I taste, I'd be like, man, I should have spent more. I tell every time, next time I got to spend a little more. I should have got the other kind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was indecisive, but next time I go, I'm going to blow a little more. It be like that, man. You only live once, Corey. We only live once.
Yeah, man. That's true.
You know what I mean? Yep. We getting a little older. It's time to not care as much.
It's time.
You know what I mean? Not care as much.
Yeah. Especially if things at the crib is taken care of, the kids are straight. It's like, hey, man, what the lick read is.
What the lick read is. You know what I mean?
As Ricky Ross would say.
Ricky Ross would say. Shout out to Ricky Ross, the boss. You know what I mean? I want to talk about some bosses. That's what I want to start the show talking about some real bosses, Corey. You know what, man? Because we just had a boss birthday pass, you know what I mean? Rest in peace, of course, to Martin Luther King. You know what I mean?
Word up.
His birthday was this past Monday. Let's give a big salute to him. You know what I'm saying?
Big
everything
salute.
that he paved the way for. Absolutely, man. Everything that he did, that we already know what he did for us. we ain't got to talk about it. You know what I mean? But I want to start out just bigging up some bosses. You know what I mean? First is Martin Luther King. But Corey, I'm here to put some respect on a boss name. You know what I mean? I'm here to put some big respect on a slept-on boss. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, Corey, it's you know, they say bosses are measured by, you know, wins and losses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I want to put some respect, big respect, Corey, much needed respect, Corey, on Mr. Leonard Hamilton's name. We're gonna set it off, Corey.
Man.
We're gonna set it off, man. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, let me find my air horns, Corey. I gotta get some air horns.
Get the horns. Get the horns.
Come on, man. I gotta hit the horns for Mr. Leonard Hamilton, man. I got to.
Word.
I got to.
Yeah.
I gotta hit the horns, man. I got to, man.
Yeah.
Listen, if you don't know who Leonard Hamilton is, he is the head coach for the Florida State Seminoles basketball team. And I know some of y'all out there like, you know, okay, well, why is Big V putting some big respect on the coach from Florida State? I'm glad y'all asked. I want to start by saying, if you didn't see the game last night against Duke, Florida State beat Duke in overtime.
Yeah.
Hell of a game. Great game last night.
Yeah, it was.
What a game, man. And I'm here, Corey, to put some big respect on Leonard Hamilton's name. I want to start by saying why I'm leading with he beat Duke last night. Some may say, big deal. Yeah, it is a big deal. You want to know why? Oh, glad you asked. Got you. Mm-hmm. It is a big deal because last night was their 13th straight overtime win.
Okay.
13th straight overtime win, Corey. Wow. That was they set a school record, Corey, last night. 13th straight overtime win, Corey, since 2018. Look it up. I double checked and heard it on ESPN and everything. When ESPN said it, I said, whoa, no way. I knew he was a great coach just by how many times he bounced out teams when it counts the most, such as the NCAA tournament, such as the ACC tournament. We've seen it over his span of 20 years that he's been coaching at Florida State, Corey. It's time to put some respect on this man's name.
You're right.
It's time. It's been time. And I know he gets overshadowed because, yes, he hasn't won any championships. He hasn't been to any Final Four. Cool. It's a bunch of bosses that haven't had those opportunities either. But it's a way that he's been at, that this certain boss, such as Leonard Hamilton, has gone about being a boss, Corey. Corey, let me read you something, man.
Yeah. Go break it down.
Did you know, man, that and this is just his time at Florida State. He spent some time at other colleges, but I just want to focus on his time at Florida State. 55th win over a top 25 team when Florida State is unranked.
Wow.
55 wins, Corey, over top 25 teams when Florida is unranked.
Wow. That's crazy. It's a crazy stat. I never knew that.
When they're unranked, Corey. And guess
That's
what?
crazy.
Within his 20-year span, they've been unranked quite a lot, which leads me back to what I've been saying earlier, how he bounces teams out of there with the quickness come tournament time. We've seen it several times, Corey. It's documented. It's documented, Corey. We've seen it. Yeah. How many times do we see when a tournament time come around? We see all the analysts saying, watch out for Florida State. Florida State. Watch out for Florida State. You don't want Florida State. Right. Watch out for them. ACC time. You watch out. They always want them teams that might have to depend on win the ACC tournament to come in, you know, to get that bump. You know what I mean? To get that nod. They always come in, but you don't want to see them because they'll bounce your ass out of that first round. Fuck around you want to. Fuck around you want to and run into a Leonard Hamilton coach Florida State. We seen it, Corey. It's documented. Hold on,
We
got
have.
some more for you. It is the most by any coach in the AP poll era. On top of that,
Wow.
I'm bringing Corey. I came to pod today, man. I'm bringing stats, Corey. Leonard Hamilton needs some respect on his name, and I get it.
You're right.
He's overshadowed by the Roy Williams of the world and the Coach K's of the world and everybody else that's in that ACC tournament who have been historical coaches and all that. I get it. But this is why we do the Zone Sports podcast. You know what I mean? We bringing this. We putting some respect on. If ain't nobody else gonna do it, we gonna do it. Got some more for you, Corey. 58 total wins at Florida State over ranked opponents. He has 58 total wins over ranked opponents, Corey. Whether he's ranked or not, he has 58 wins, Corey, over ranked opponents. Most of school history, by the way. Most of Florida State history, by the way. Oh, got some more, Corey. Last four seasons, Corey. 14 wins over nationally ranked opponents.
Guys.
Corey, listen to me, man. We have to start putting more respect on Leonard Hamilton's name. And I want to give a big salute to him again, because let me tell you why I really, really salute him on this part right here. Because not only did he beat Duke last night for the 13th straight overtime win, he beat Coach K on this farewell tournament. I mean, on this farewell tour.
That's a big deal.
Big deal. Yeah. Big deal. Salute that. Hey, man. Hey.
Yeah, you're right.
Hell of a job. From now on, when we talking great coaches that are African American, please put some respect on the Hamilton's name. Please.
Word. You know, I'm glad you brought him up, because I'm definitely guilty of overlooking this man's greatness. I really am. Because you're right. You know, you said something prolific in the sense of because he's in the ACC. And I think you're 100% correct. I think if he was in any other conference, he would get recognized a lot more. Because I'm just pulling up his Wikipedia page. Dude, this man have been coaching at Florida State since 2002.
Yes.
To put things in perspective, I am 40, going to be 41 this year. This dude became the head coach of Florida State when I was 21.
Yes.
20 years.
Yeah.
20 years, won the ACC tournament in 2012, regular season champion because of the short season of COVID in 2020. So they won that year. Overall record of 411 to 233, so basically a 64% percent winning record. Wow, I just never looked at it. They said according to Wikipedia, 3 times ACC Coach of the Year in 2009, 2012, and 2020. And keep in mind the type of coaches that we have in the ACC, like you said, from Roy Williams to Coach K. Right, to Jim Boeheim, right? You got already Hall of Fame coaches, and he was able to sneak out 3 of those. And you're right, you know, he's upset our boys, the Tar Heels, a few times. Definitely in the ACC tournament. And you're right. Whenever there is a draw, mostly in the ACC tournament, I don't want to see Florida State.
No, you don't.
I don't. And it ain't because we're not capable of beating them, we being the Tar Heels. It's just that it ain't gonna be no sweet Vic. It ain't gonna be easy. You're gonna be chomping at the bits with your nails. You're gonna be sweating a little bit. Like, it ain't gonna be easy. Oh, and God forbid, you might actually lose, which has happened to the Tar Heels before, to Duke before, everybody else in the ACC before. You know, and the thing about it, Big V, is that, you know, we talk about D1 sports, mostly in football, but you also got to look at basketball, where there's just not a lot of black head coaches out there. And real quick, to wrap up on my end, the fact that this man has been there for 20 years, you never heard anything about his job being in jeopardy. I want to salute Florida State for giving this man really, it ain't that, you know, some schools or professional teams, sometimes they're just not content with being what they are. And so they want to take it to that next level, or so they think, by hiring another head coach.
Hiring like some eye candy,
That's right. And you've never heard a peep about Florida State even thinking about getting rid of Leonard Hamilton. So salute to Florida State for that. Salute to him. The man's 73 years old, and I bet you can have that job to 80 if you want to. And I did not know this. He's from North Carolina, Gastonia, North Carolina, right outside of Charlotte. Salute to Leonard Hamilton, man.
Hold on. We got to hit someone. Come on. Salute. Big salute.
I didn't know that. That's why I'm glad you brought it up. I didn't know anything about this stuff here. Wow.
Man, that's salute. I had to, man. After that win last night, I had something totally different to lead with. But after that win last night, man, I just got to thinking about everything he has done in the ACC and how fearful when it comes tournament time that he makes teams when you have to play Florida State, because they might not have the best recruits, but boy, they put out some dogs. And
I think he do the best with what comes through that damn door.
Absolutely,
I really do.
Corey, the man just got his 13th straight overtime win. He's 13-0 in the last fucking 4 years, dude.
Stop insane.
Dude, stop it. And I had the list I was going to bring in of all the teams that were on the list of the teams that he beat. Man, it was some smokers on there. Duke, Clemson, you name them. You name them, man.
You name him, he did it.
You name him, he did it, man. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Let's shift gears into some NFL, because I see you ready to talk about this situation. You came down, dip head to toe, and SF gear. Look at him, Jerry Rice somewhere. See, watching. He proud of you, man. He's somewhere smiling, man. He's somewhere sitting back watching this podcast, probably just smiling and just saying, "Look at Corey, look at Cool C. He doing it like no other, man." Oh man, listen, man. I was gonna text you Sunday, but I said it's no need for me to even text my guy. I know he's glad they got out of there with that dub. I know he glad that Dallas did Dallas things. You know what I mean? Man. So Corey, I'm gonna let you lead with it, man. What? Give me your thoughts on the game, even down to the Dak doing what he did, man. What are your thoughts, man?
First of all, if you are a casual fan or even not a fan of Dallas and 49ers, congratulations. You got I wouldn't say the best played game on either side, but you got a intriguing game. You got a game that had everything in it that the movies have. You had the kind of the slow build to kind of see what type of game is going to be. And then you got the drama all the way to the final whistle. Big V, let me back up for a second here. Everybody in North Carolina knows, but maybe for those zoners that's watching out of state, we had a killer winter storm here. And so first of all, I was happy that the majority of people was not affected by power outages. The storm and the icing was really going on right when this game came on at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. And so I already had plans if we lost power, because I was not going to miss this game. I had backup batteries. I don't have a generator, which I'm going to look into getting one now, per the wife, if nobody else. So, I was like, man, look, if this daggone TV go out, man, I'm going in the car. I'm going to crank it up. I'm going to have to use my cellular data, and I'm going to have to hit the NFL app and stream the hell out this game. I was not going to miss this game. I don't give a damn what type of data plan I got. So that's number one. Number two, that did not happen. Now, so I was very thankful for that. And really, this winter storm could have been way worse than what it was. Now that we got that out the way, talking about the game. Big V, in watching this game, I was just like, coming into it, I was like, man, you know what? We're just better than Dallas. Like, we're just better. Like, Dallas has Micah Parsons, they got Zeke the Freak, they got Dak Prescott, they got Van Der Esch, you know what I'm saying? They got like the tight end, they got some dogs. But I was thinking, man, I'm like, so do we. We got dogs from Deebo Samuel. to Cal Hughes check, to daggone Brandon Ayuk, to Elijah Mitchell. I could go on from Fred Warner to Nick Bosa. I could keep going on and on from a defensive standpoint. Eric Armstead and I'm just like, I just don't think Dallas stands a snowball's chance in hell. That's me psyching myself up. But then I forgot one critical thing. It's the NFL. And the games are there to be played. And, I'm like, well, one thing that wasn't talked about a lot leading up to that game was Jimmy G's throwing hand. It was severely injured during the LA Rams game the previous week. And I never heard anything about it. So I was like, okay, well, maybe it's fine. Like there's nothing, about it. And, for the first couple of quarters, things was somewhat okay. But then, we started shooting ourselves in the foot with penalties galore. Like, I'm just like, what are we doing? But then Dallas was having just as many penalties as I was. That's what I'm talking about, where it wasn't the most cleanest game. And, and then we had a couple of plays where had it stood, Dallas would have had an interception or a turnover. Jimmy G threw his typical, turnover at the most inopportune time. And then we had the debacle at the end. And I'll say this. This is one coming into the game where I really just puffed my chest out. Like I wasn't like, I'm more worried, even now, I'm more worried about Green Bay than I was Dallas. Mm-hmm. But I got to tell you this. I did not leave that game feeling like, yeah, Super Bowl, here we come. You better get out our way. The Niners, we are here. I ain't leave like that, Big V. I left the game like, man, we was lucky to get out that daggone game. Because Big V, and everybody's been talking about it. And I got to admit that I really, at the heat of the moment, I didn't know. And I'm talking about the end of the game where everybody and their mama's been talking about the referee needing to put his hand on the ball and to place the ball before the play could go on. Now, I love in college, and they really should do this in the NFL. In college, after you get a first down or if the referee needs to spot the ball, the clock stops. And then the clock resumes once that ball has been spotted. So I looked at it over and over and over again. And when I saw it in real time, I thought there was a second left because if I'm not mistaken, that drive started like near the 20 or the 30. And so Dallas is just throwing the ball, getting an easy 15, 20-yard pickup on the sidelines. I'm up here yelling at the TV, Big V. If I didn't feel like damaging my TV, I would have threw a brick at it. Because in those situations, what you want to do is make sure Dallas stays on the inside because they did not have any timeouts. So you go out the sideline. And for about the first 2-3 plays going down that field on that final drive, that did not happen for whatever reason. And I said, oh my God, they are about to score. Like, I'm just like, because the deficit was 6. And an extra point would have put it at 7, and we would have lost the game by 1 point. Mm-hmm. But then I got to give credit to Kyle Shanahan and the defensive coordinator, DeMeco Ryans. Next thing you know, I saw the 49ers stacking 3 in the box. Everybody else was lined up on the sideline like a freaking peninsula. They had 2 people 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. They had another 2 people daggone 20 yards. And then they had like 2 or 3 more people way back. And I'm like, yes. Still not even keeping up with how much time is left because my heart is outside of my chest at this moment, Big V. Right. I'm not cognizant. I don't even know what life means at this point because nothing else matters at that point. But then they being Dallas does a quarterback draw. And life, as I knew it, slowed the hell down. All I saw was that running. To me, it looked like he was jogging, just whoo, And I'm down here like my season is about to come to an end because I'm thinking he's about to juke somebody and score for a time. I'm thinking like, okay, I'm putting the team on my back. And then I see one of our guys, I can't remember who it was, because here's what I think, and this is just a thought. I was thinking that Dak was really trying to run it in for a touchdown.
Me too.
Because I was like, at that moment, I was like, well, he's just going to pick up about 10 or 12 and then slide so we can have a second to clock it. But then I think that he may have saw a little bit of a ray of sunshine where it's like, oh, the hell with this. They don't think I'm about to run it. Let me go ahead and out athletic this guy. But then when we came across, he ended up sliding. And so I'm like, oh my God. And all I'm seeing is, then I'm talking about, dog, it's like for all my wrestling WWE heads who followed like with some of these referees, where some of them got fast counts and some of them got the slow counts. And you see the wrestler that's just like, yo, hey, come on, get in there, ref. I'm up here like, is this game over or not? And then it happened. I see the daggone back judge running, and I'm like, I don't know if he's gonna get there in time, but I don't know. And then I see Dak hand the ball off to the center. The center puts it down, but then when I'm looking at it, I'm like, wait a minute, that's like 2 or 3 yards ahead, or at least a good 2 yards ahead of where it's supposed to be at, because it's about where you start to slide. I said, no. And then next thing I know, I see the ref tackles Dak Prescott, basically, and then he picks the ball up, moves it back about a good yard and a half, and then next thing I know, I hear the whistle, and I'm just like, nah, this game ain't over. It ain't over. Right. Ain't no way in hell it's over. And so we're waiting. Me and my wife, jaws just dropped down under the floor at this point, Big V. Heart beating fast as all get out. I mean, and I'm just like, yo, I know exactly how it's about to go down. They're going to put 1 second on that damn clock. Mm-hmm. It's going to be all out Hail Mary. Mm-hmm. We're going to do a pass interference because that's what we do. They're gonna get an untimed down at the 1 yard line, and either Zeke or Dak is either going to run it in or do a play action, catch our guys with our pants down. That's how they're gonna win the game. And then Big V, we're waiting, and we're still waiting, and we're waiting some more. And the ref said the game is over, mm-hmm. And I didn't even celebrate when I heard that, Big V, because I'm like, nah, the game ain't over. Like, no. So somebody's from New York, somebody somewhere is gonna call in and be like, we're gonna have to put 1 second back on the board. And Big V, that call from New York, Park Avenue, NFL headquarters, it never came. The next thing you know, Big V, I see the refs getting up out of there like somebody was shooting up at a club. I mean, they were just in that tunnel, fans started throwing stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, the game is over. And that's how we won. We did everything we could possibly do to give that game away. Salute to Dallas, because I just did not think that was really going to be an entertaining game. It was. I'm finally happy to be on the right side of these heartbreakers, because we normally have the close losses and we're on the opposite end. Man, but it was thrilling. We got things to clean up. Fred Warner, he's injured with an ankle. They feel like he'll be ready for Saturday. Nick Bosa, who we really need, he is our elite pass rusher. He's still out on concussion protocol right now. And Jimmy G, aka GQ, injured his throwing shoulder in that game. But he's been practicing this week. So it's going to be a tough one against Green Bay, but man, look, salute to San Francisco, salute to Dallas, because they're better than what I thought they were. I think, in my honest opinion, and I'm gonna let you rock because I done black babbled enough. Man, I think they need another head coach, buddy. They got too many tools on that team. They got too many teams. That on paper, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, on paper, that should be a Super Bowl caliber team, and they should have won that game.
Well, you know, the Lakers are a championship caliber team too, as well, on paper. but it's not happening, Corey. Same thing goes with Dallas. Dallas gone Dallas. How about them Cowboys? And that's what I want to start out with, man. You know, man, everything you said, I went through those same emotions. No bullshit. I was like, oh my God, like this shit is crazy, man. They really about to blow the game. But, you know, I understand why you weren't so celebratory and then walk away from the game as if, yo, this is the team that's going to take us to the championship. I understand that based off that game because nowhere in hell was that game supposed to be that damn close. No way.
It wasn't.
Especially the way that y'all was tearing their ass up first half. No fucking way.
Man.
No fucking way. No way. No way. And especially with the amount of penalties Dallas had.
Oh.
They gave the game to y'all every chance they had.
They did.
Every chance they had. And the whole game, Corey, I knew it. I knew Dallas was going to Dallas. I was just waiting for the Dallas moment. I was waiting, Corey. Let me start here. I don't think it should have been a fucking quarterback sneak to begin with. I don't.
Yeah.
I think that was an ill-advised play, which goes back to maybe your point about coaching. And I've been here all, like you said, everybody and their mama been talking about on all the sports outlets. And some have said that was a great play to call. I'm here to disagree.
Yeah.
You know, my football experience it stops at high school, right? So I can't, really argue with pro people. They know more than I do, but this is the Zone Sports fucking podcast. I'm here to state my opinion, damn it. Yo, I wouldn't call, bro, you don't call a quarterback sneak. And to me, in that regard, and during that time period, Corey, I think a pass should have been sufficient. A pass and get down real quick. You know what I mean? Like a bullet pass across the middle. Boom, get down. You know what I mean? Find the ref, do what you need to do. Something. Other than that quarterback sneak. I understand they had people down the field, covered everywhere, but the middle was wide open. That's why he was able to run how he did. The middle was wide open for a 5-step slant. You know what I mean? Something.
Yeah.
The middle was open. Get the ball, get it to the ref. I feel like with a pass, you would at least had 3 to 4 more seconds left on the clock.
Yeah.
At least. I could be wrong. Little 3-step drop back, boom, 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 catch it, boom, get down, find the ref. At the least 2 seconds. And I'm talking
know what? And not only that, real quick, it ain't like you don't have CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper on your wide receiving board.
Who was non-existent the whole game. What, CeeDee Lamb might have had 2 catches, if that? Coop might have had a couple of catches, if that. Niggas weren't showing up.
That's crazy.
And not to say that Dak was off, but niggas was missing catchable passes. Passes.
They were.
Zeke too. Catchable. Yeah. But Dallas moment. Dallas gonna down. Dallas gonna down. They've been Dallasing for the past 20 years. To the point we have came up with a phrase called Dallasing. Niggas be
that's the verb.
Niggas be Dallasing, you feel me? Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, man. Like,
come on, man. Don't Dallas the situation, bro. What are you doing?
You don't Dallas this shit, big dog. What are you doing? Come on, man. Like,
oh my God.
And Corey, let me tell you, man, it shouldn't have really came down. Let me tell you, if Dallas was gonna win, it would have been when dude turned his whole body around, put his hands out, and missed the catch. That was supposed to put them up. But no. He got his fingertips right there on it. And it just Dallased out of his hands. Just Dallased out.
Gosh.
But bro. Getting back to the play calling, I personally wouldn't have did the quarterback sneak would have been last thing on my mind. Last thing.
I couldn't believe what I was watching.
Couldn't either. I would have went with a throw maybe, then I would have probably tried to leave about 2 seconds on the clock after I spiked it. Try to.
Yeah.
I don't know what I don't know what Dak was doing. I don't know what he was thinking. Um, you know, even like I said, my experience goes, you know, as far as high school football, and I do know that like the first thing you do after you get the ball and make a play, you give it to the ref. Like you see the refs looking like right here all the time. You see the players getting up from a run like a running back get tackled. He get up looking like, yo, ref, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? You see,
you're right.
Catch the ball and say, yo, where you at? Where you at? Here you go. Here you go. Do it all the time. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking giving it to the center. Don't know. Don't know, man. Do not know. I know it fucked him up. It fucked and that. You got to stop letting that pride eat at you, man. I seen you in the press conference talking about it was cool for the refs to get trash thrown on them.
Come on, man.
That was all you, big dog. It wasn't the ref, big dog.
It was.
The ref ran into you, but that didn't stop nothing. Nothing. That he was doing his job, trying to help your ass out. No.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I was surprised that he said that because he's normally like, you could tell that he be BSing, but he's so good at the mic.
Yeah.
And when he said that, I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, I mean, he just did an apology today being Wednesday, January the 19th. He just did that today.
An apology towards the refs for what he said?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He basically like, I care about the refs. I respect their job and that they have, and I'm paraphrasing, obviously. But he did it on Twitter. And I want to apologize to them, man. I did got a hard job to do. My emotions got the best of me, yada yada yada. So now he's back to being the politically correct.
You soft.
Look, I don't know. I don't know where that came. I don't know where it came from. I don't know if it came from pressure from Jerry. Everybody loves Jerry. I don't know where it came from. Maybe it came from Big Dog Jerry, or maybe just the pressure. Or maybe he did it on his own. I'm more of like this, man. Hold it in the road, or that's how you feel. Let it, me. Let it be known. Let it be known, then. We know we East Coast in the mother house. Let it be known, then. Okay, we know y'all East Coast. We know that, Big V. Let it be known. But I guess you want that back. And hey, look, we've all said things in the heat of the moment,
of course.
So I'm not gonna hold that. So I'm just surprised because he's normally so well put together, even after tough losses. Yeah. And I was like, yo, man, let it be known, Dak. Man, talk that ish. Hell, I like it.
Yeah. I'm picking with him, calling him soft. I get it, though. He probably had some time to think on and realize that it wasn't.
Respect to Dak, yo. Yeah, I respect you, big homie.
Definitely respect to Dak. I'm glad that the Cowboys lost, though. You know what I mean? Salute to the 49ers. I don't know how y'all are going to fare so well against these Green Bay Packers, man, and them Aaron Rodgers, man. We're going to have to see this coming up weekend, man. But for now, salute to you and all your splendor over there. You know what I mean?
We survive another weekend. That's all. Weekend by weekend basis.
Hey, better than my Colts. But anyway, you know what I mean? We're not going to stay on that. We're not even going to do that long. You know why? You know what time it is, man?
What time is it, Big V?
You know what time it is, man? It's time for the What the Hell segment.
Get that horn
going. Yes, sir. The What the Hell segment, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, sir.
First of all, this segment was brainchild by Big Vito Corleone. Big Vito Corleone is the one who created the idea of the What the Hell segment. I said it here and there and kind of, made it, to a certain degree, but I think Vito, he's really the guy, Zone Land, who's really like, this gonna be a segment. And, he's the brainchild, but it's brought to you by me. That green sign, that guy name on that green sign back there.
His damn self.
Daggone solo. The thoughts expressed here are mine and mine only. 100% solo, going platinum. And we was just talking about Big V, respect to Dak Prescott. Mm-hmm. Well, I got some disrespect coming for some people.
Okay.
And these people, Big V, We're talking about how the refs ran out of the 49ers and Dallas game in Dallas.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you who should have been running out of the daggone stadium when the game was over, Big V.
Who?
Those referees that refereed the daggone Las Vegas Raiders and the Cincinnati Bengals. They should have been running out of the stadium, Big V. That's what they should have been doing. Let me tell you something. Man. I want to give a shout out to my brother from another, Key Raspberry. Shout out to Raspberry's Premium Denim. Shout out to his new venture that he got going on with him and his uncle, 614 Whiskey. Shout out to those brothers. They doing it big. Salute to the homies. I say that because he is an Oakland Raiders fan, my man Key Raspberry. I want to salute my father, who is also a Raiders fan. And this game came on Saturday night, January the 15th. And I'm watching this game. And I did not call them when the game was over, because I know how I get when I'm watching my team play, let alone in the playoffs. It's very stressful. And sometimes win, lose, or draw, I just need about a good 15, 30 minutes just to catch my breath, just to realize what the hell just happened here. Well, Big V, I want to get to the crime in question, which is not really a question at all, of the Joe Burrow thrown touchdown about in the middle of the first quarter that should not have been ruled a touchdown. Ladies and gentlemen of the Zone Land, the Zebras, they messed it up again. And you may say, well, Corey, refs, they mess up almost every game. Yeah, you're right. Okay, touche, you got me there. Big Vito, and I like to plead my case to the Zone Land, and the Zone is all over out there who's having the pleasure of listening to this fine broadcast here. Regular season games is one thing. You know, if it's a judgment call, even a few years ago when the Saints got screwed out of a blatant pass interference call that should have been called, that wasn't called, even though it was blatant. At the end of the day, that still stinks, but that's a judgment call. John Madden used to say, God rest that man's soul, you can almost call holding on almost every single play. Mm-hmm. That's judgment. My wife asked me, she was like, well, what's the difference between an offensive lineman holding and a corner holding a wide receiver? And I said, you know what, honey? Far as the details of it, I don't know. I know they give you the first 5 yards to bang and do whatever you do. And, you know, it seems like they're a little bit tougher on holds on an offensive lineman versus that of a corner, maybe because they can't see it as well. I don't know. But again, judgment calls are going to be judgment calls. You're never going to get away from that. Well, Big V, Zone Land, let me take you down a trip here. It was early in the game. Cincinnati had the ball. And Joe Burrow was running out of bounds, or so it looked like he was running out of bounds. And he threw the ball right before his foot landed out of bounds. And it was caught in the back of the end zone by, I can't remember his name, wide receiver for Cincinnati. And so an inadvertent whistle was blown, Big V, which they rendered the play dead. The touchdown didn't count. Now, when they blew the whistle, half the Raiders and really part of Cincinnati, it was like, oh, this is a dead play, whatever. When the gentleman caught the touchdown, he wasn't even excited because he was like, oh, this is getting called back. Joe Burrow's out of bounds. All right, fair enough. And so we go back and they look at the replay and they was like, nah, Joe Burrow was in bounds. Old buddy caught the touchdown. That's a touchdown. And so I'm like, oh, man, yeah, daggone, that's a touchdown. But it sucks that he kind of pulled up. Mm-hmm. But then, you know, the NBC broadcast, and I think Mike Tirico was doing the game that night, and he was on it. Mike Tirico was on fire. I didn't really know him to be a good play-by-play guy,
Yeah.
But I thought he really stepped in real good Saturday night. And he was on it immediately. He was like, yeah, they threw the touchdown, and I'm paraphrasing, but it wasn't supposed to be a touchdown. That's supposed to be the replay of a play. Like you just replay the play again. But they overruled it and saw it as a touchdown. Mm-hmm. So these referees, they supposed to know more about this stuff than anybody else do. If nobody else knows the rules, it's supposed to be the referees. They're supposed to know it more than me. They're supposed to know it more than you. They're supposed to know it more than the players. They're supposed to know it more than the daggone coaches. And they sure as hell supposed to know it more than the fans. This is what you do. Now, to be fair, a pinch fair. For some odd reason, these referees are only part-time. They have other jobs during the year. Unbelievable. NFL, you're a $13 billion industry. I don't know why they can't be full-time, but anyway, another conversation for a whole nother freaking day. And so I'm looking at it like this. Mike Tirico was able to spot it just like that. Mm-hmm. So I don't understand why the three to four refs, why they didn't know and they let the play go on. And I also don't know why NFL offices, aka Park Avenue, didn't radio down. Because this is a playoff game, Big V. This isn't preseason.
Yeah.
This isn't week 12.
Yeah.
The Raiders lost by 7 points, Big V. He lost. They lost by 7 points. Now, I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna be a little bit fair. The Raiders, they blew opportunities. No question.
Yeah.
I totally get it. They had opportunities to still win that game. I'm sorry, Cincinnati. I'm not taking anything from y'all. Salute to Cincinnati. Yeah. Joe Burrow acting like y'all been there before. Salute to all that. This ain't really about y'all. It really ain't. This is more about the systemic measures that are in place to keep teams from getting screwed out of a playoff game. This is horrible. And Big V, it ain't just me who thinks this way. Well, obviously the NFL thinks so too, because that referee crew has been suspended, or at the least, they're not going to referee any more games during the playoffs. No more. So I asked the refs, who, to another smidge of credit, they haven't worked together before. Now, I'm ignorant when it comes to this. I will be the first to admit that I'm ignorant. But just because you haven't worked together, the rules are still supposed to be the rules. You know, that's like me running a red light, but because a rookie cop saw me, he don't know whether to give me a ticket or not. No, the law is clear. You run a red light, I'm going to give you a ticket. Hey, inadvertent whistle, you replay the down.
Yep.
That to me, in my opinion only, does not have anything to do with the continuity of that crew refereeing that game. It don't. And this isn't like the 1 o'clock window on a typical Sunday where you got 5 to 10 games going on at one time. You got rule experts that's there that are hired by the respective stations, from NBC to Fox to CBS to ESPN. Mm-hmm. There was not another game on TV. So you mean to tell me, because I've heard things like this before, and I don't know all the rules, but I do know that there are certain plays that are reviewed by Park Avenue. The eye in the sky is what they call them.
Yep.
I do not understand how, when there's no other games going on, that someone don't at least buzz in. Because the thing was, real quick, they looked at this for several minutes. They looked at it for about 4 or 5 minutes.
They did.
Now, Big V, I don't know about your phone service. Hell, I don't know too much about mine. But here's what I do know, Big V. I know that when I unlock my phone and I dial 7 to 10 digits, including the area code, I know it's going to ring. And that connection is going to work extremely quick with that person on the other line. Now, whether they choose to answer or not is a whole nother ballgame. Big V, I know when I pick up this phone and when you pick up your phone and billions of other people on God's green earth pick up their phone, and when you dial 7 to 10 digits, excluding country codes and all that crap, it's going to go quick.
Yeah.
And I do not understand why that did not happen Saturday night. Those Zebras and the NFL as a staff record label and as a motherfucking crew, gets to what in the hell? What in the hell? Come on, man.
What in the hell, bro? What in the hell?
God almighty, Big V.
I'm so glad you brought that up because I peeped that game and I felt bad. I felt bad, bro, for the Raiders.
I did too.
Because they lost on that play. They lost because of that play. And
yeah,
you know, I gotta share some light on something funny about that, man. I seen Joe Burrow in the press conference, man. They asked him about the play. It's so funny. He kept
with the rose-colored glasses. He chilling. I'm starting to like that guy.
I am. He has some quiet flavor about him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he does.
Quiet flavor about him. My man had the glasses there. They said, man, what you think about the call? He basically like, man, it was a good call. You know what I mean? They said, great call by the refs. Glad it was a touchdown. I'm sitting here like, bro, you so cap. You so cap. You know.
You know it.
You know. Even know that. Oh, my God, man. They know they got by on some bullshit. That's about like how I didn't quite understand how your boy Mike Tomlin out there in the Steeler land, he out there doing all these dancing shit when they got in the playoffs. What the hell you dancing for? You niggas barely got in, nigga. You out here on camera, looking like a goddamn a future Omar Epps. What are you doing? What are you doing? He out there pressing around, being with the young boy. I'm like, Mike, you know better than you know better, Mike. You know you ain't supposed to be dancing around. You niggas barely got in. You ain't supposed to be there. You know what I mean? You got in on some bullshit. That's why you got bounced out quick too. But I digress, man. You know better, Mike. I saw you. You know what I mean? I saw you.
Shout out to Omar Epps.
Shout out to Omar Epps.
They gotta be related, man. You ain't telling me nothing different.
I don't think
they are, man.
I don't think they are.
I know they probably not, but I'll be damn, boy. Everybody got a twin, and that they're neck and neck.
Absolutely, man. What the hell to the refs? And what the hell to the what the hell guy from last week, the tennis player? You still over in Australia, nigga. You ain't playing
still
no
over there.
game.
Shout out to Djokovic. Novak Djokovic. My guy, what's up?
It ain't happening, Djokovic. Bring your ass back to the States. Nigga, they passed the law. They passed the law that said, yo, you have to be vaccinated just so your ass won't play, Joe. It's over.
Hey. I don't know where he's going at next, but he will forever be stuck in what the hell land with me. That's about to be a place that's going to be called What the Hell Land. And every week we're just going to dump some motherfuckers on What the Hell Land. It's a little island. It's in my backyard.
Listen, man. Listen, I'm here for it. Absolutely, man. I am definitely here for it, bro. Man, listen. This was a great show today, man. Shout out to everybody.
Yeah, man.
To the Zone Sports Podcast. Real quick though, I do got some news to update everybody on about the Chad Wheeler situation.
Word. Okay.
He had a court date in January. Now his next court date is going to be February 17th, 2022 this year. Absolutely. We'll keep y'all updated on that. You know what I mean? Like I told y'all, we will. Yeah. He keep getting a couple of continuances for whatever the case may be. Seem like they're trying to drag it out, but we here with it.
You know how they do
it. Yeah, we here with it.
Yep.
Shout out to everybody again, man, for tuning in to the Zone Sports Podcast. Thank you for watching the clips on whatever social media outlet you're catching it on. Shout out to everybody on Vandalism, YouTube, all that, man. SoundCloud. We appreciate everybody, man. You know what I mean, for tuning in once again. Corey, I appreciate you every week, my guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Much luck to you and the 49ers this weekend going up against Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
We're going to need it.
Let me tell you, man, I will be going, weather willing and Lord willing, I will be going to get my popcorn on Saturday or Sunday whenever y'all play. And I will
we play on Saturday.
I will be in my favorite sweats. You know what I mean? Waiting on a movie to happen. You know what I mean? And hopefully, man, y'all boys will come out on top, man.
We'll see. They beat us earlier this year, so we owe them one. But you know, it's gonna be tough either way.
Hey,
we got to get Fred Warner back, and we got to get Bosa back, or we gonna be toast. If we can stick to our run game, and keep Aaron Rodgers off the field, I think that'll be our best chance. So we'll see how that goes. So Debo, we need you again, baby.
Hey, salute to the 49er fans out there. My guy Sensei, what up? I see you out there in Florida. My guy, he a big 49ers fan. You know what I mean? He was going crazy on the Twitter.
And shout out to our guy Wax. Wax is a 49er
Absolutely.
fan
Shout out to Wax, the God
what's
King.
Up, big dog?
What up, big boy? You know what I mean? And definitely no love for Dallas on this podcast. And on that note, we gonna get up out of here.
Other side.
You know what I mean? No love for the other side. We out of here, Corey, my guy. Peace, bro.
Peace out, my guy.